On the road again. I just can't wait to get on the road again. Good morning, everyone. It is Monday, last week in October, and it is 2:24 in the morning. I'm going to do a little walking. Well, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, October 26th. I am at Macafee Knob trailhead, and it is barely light, 7:30. I am going to attempt the Triple Crown. So the first day will be Macafee Knob, Tinker Cliffs. I'll stay at Lambert Meadows, do North Mountain Trail tomorrow, and Dragon Tooth on Wednesday. Rain just about all the way on the drive here, and they were calling for a fog until about 10 o'clock, so hopefully the sun's coming up pretty, as you can see there. Hopefully this will be burned off by the time I get to the knob. Have a nice view of these fall colors. I'll see you when I get there. Well, I got to the juncture of the AT northbound and the fire road, and I decided that I was going to take the fire road. It's supposed to be not as steep, and I've also read that you'll have an occasional view from the fire road, but as you can see from this morning, you're not going to have a view unless it's in the first 200 feet because it is fogged in. I've been walking about 2.5 miles after the initial little piece of the AT. Then I branched off on the fire road. I'm seeing people walking beside me. I think I'm coming back up on the junction of the AT. I've met a few people coming down. They said the fog is going at the top and the view's there. So as you can see, you got some pretty colors going on just here. Can't wait to get to the top. Well, where the fire road meets back with the AT. So I stopped and had a little snack and got walking, got up this good little hill, realized I didn't have my buff on my head, so backtracked down a little ways to get my buff. It was on my wrist the whole time. Anyway, I wandered upwards. Alright, been about a half to 3/4 of a mile since the fire road and since I've been back on the AT itself. And yes, it's much steeper than the fire road. Not crazy steep, just steeper, which has got the heart rate up quite a bit. The sun has burned off a lot of the fog. Some of the people coming down said there's still clouds in the valley, but at least I'll have some view and not just have to bypass it with no view. So thankful for the small things. Next time I see you, I'll probably be at the top. This is almost got to be it. I've done some really steep ups, stair stepping up rocks. The trail is really well made and got steps where you need it. So props to the trail maintainers. But I've made switchback after switchback, and now I don't have nothing on that side or that side, so I think I'm here. So I think once I break out of these laurels, I am going to be looking at the knob. It said 3.9 from the sign, but I think I measured it 4 point something. Wow. It's kind of intimidating from here. We got it. Somebody took it earlier. Thank you. Have a nice day. You too. I think I have happened upon pen shelter. It's a nice little flat spot in here. I think it's a mile and a quarter, mile and a half from the knob. And I think this is the first place you can camp between Tinker Cliffs and the knob. I saw a sign that says water, so I'm gonna fill my water bottle up and hydrate. I think I'm about halfway between Macafee's Knob and Tinker Cliffs. And Macafee's Knob Trail, at least 24 couples and a couple of foursomes, some singles. Had a lot of people passing me. But since I've been on this one, have not seen another soul. As I was leaving Macafee's Knob, I saw a couple of guys who said they were doing a 120-mile section hike. And this was their last night, so they're behind me somewhere. And that was the only two people I have seen on this side of the knob. So I'm hoping that I'll have Tinker Cliffs to myself. This tree and this rock met a long time ago. They have formed an inseparable relationship. Trail takes an interesting little turn here, right between these two giant rocks, and then back out on the trail. So, and I think I can see the cliffs. You can see them from the knob, but if you see that mountain through the trees there, it's kind of hard to see through the camera. I think that's the cliffs. All right, I would like to think that I'm coming up on the cliffs. It's been 3 and some change, 3.5 or so from the knob. Walking along this beautiful valley, got good views, and got some big rock formations getting out here. That's pretty cool. So, get to Tinker Cliffs, sit down, take the pack off a short bit, and then try to get to Lambert's Meadow. Should put me getting in there somewhere around 6 o'clock, just before dark. Get the the hammock set up, and hunker down for the night. Next time I see you, I hope I'm at the cliffs. Change of plans. Well, it was a little further. Took a little longer to get from the knob to Tinker Cliffs. To be honest, I was stopping and taking all the breaks that I felt like I needed to, just because I thought I had plenty of time. But I think I'm still like 2 miles from the cliffs, and then another 0.7, so it's almost 3 miles to the cliffs, and then back down to Lambert's. So taking the AT Blue Line Trail, which cuts the corner and kind of goes behind the cliffs. It's going to dump us out at Lambert Meadows. It's like a 1.3 mile cut, so only got a little less than a mile and a half down to get to camp instead of 3. So hopefully that'll get me there before dark, get set up. Then tomorrow morning I had to backtrack anyway from Lambert's to Andy Lane Trail. So now that's make that backtrack from 0.2 to 0.7, 0.8, because I am going up in the morning to see the cliffs. And then once I see the cliffs, I'll come back down to Andy Lane, shoot across the North Mountain. So tomorrow was supposed to be all North Mountain, with getting as close as I could to Dragon's Tooth. But now it'll just be a little farther from Dragon's Tooth. Not a deal breaker. And when I get through that, that'll be my triple crown. So I'll see you when I get to Lambert's Meadow Camp. End of day 1. It's a little after 9. I'm clambering the hammock. I am give out. The last mile and a half. When I said I was going to make it to Tinker, I was going to take that little blue path. Blue path was not very well blazed. I got a little turnaround, used a little app on my phone, get me back on track. But I'm gonna say good night, and I'll see you in the morning. Well, good morning. Last night was kind of rough. I couldn't get my underquilt adjusted, and every time I would move, I would get outside of my footprint of my underquilt. I think I had it stretched too tight, and it was not opening to its full width. I had all this to listen to last night. Great water source right here at Lambert's Meadows campsite. A good water source, and that was a blessing. So, since I skipped the cliffs yesterday, I'm gonna go back to the cliffs, then come back to Annie Lane and shoot across the North Mountain. So, I'll see you on the trail. Packed up, suited up, walking again. Got a big day today. Got to get over to North Mountain, and that's gonna be I think North Mountain by itself is 20 miles. So I'm gonna hike as much as that I can, get close as I can to Dragon's Tooth, and then camp. Ever how long it takes me to do the Dragon's Tooth, and then I'll be done tomorrow. Path up the Tinker Cliffs, coming from Lambert Meadows. This has some serious up to it, and it's probably got the best of me. But I'm gonna see the Triple Crown. I gotta do it. So suck it up, buttercup. Let's go. Well, I went to the top of Tinker Cliffs, followed the AT southbound, I believe, and got to the Tinker Cliffs, talked to a couple of people there, took a couple of pictures of the valley, and forgot to get any video. So I must be tired. Starting to lose it. On Andy Lane Trail now. Blue blazed. I'm thinking it's gonna be all downhill. And at some point we'll get to either Catawba or North Mountain. And then we will continue on Dragon's Tooth and more. I'm all set up at right where Dragon's Tooth and Boy Scout Trail kind of merge or go their separate ways. It's a little camping spot, so hopefully I'll sleep great tonight and get up 2.5 miles up Dragon's Tooth. Probably take me 6 hours to get up there, but either way I'm going to the top and come down, and I'll be through with Triple Crown and go home. I'm just hunkering down till morning. Good night, people. See you in the morning. Good morning, everybody. Well, I've slept good last night at the intersection of Boy Scout Trail and the Dragon's Tooth Trail. Slept in spurts about 2 or 3 hours at a time from whatever time I laid down, 8:30 so last night to about 7:30 this morning, so got a lot of sleep. A little intimidating when they start telling you warning you about how hard the trail is at the bottom. So it's 2.5 miles up. I'm gonna take my time. If it takes me 2.5, 3 hours to get up there, so be it. I'll come back down then drive home. So see you at the top. Dragon's Tooth was outstanding. I think they didn't have a good as view as the other ones. I saw some people climbing up on the tooth, and if you got up there, you probably could have. I was not that adventurous. So I'll wrap the film up. It's 2 nights and 3 points of entrance on the Virginia Triple Crown. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, give me a thumbs down. Subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my hikes, and catch you next time.